Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to show you all about the ShowMyChange app. The first question is obviously, what is the ShowMyChange app? Well, the ShowMyChange app, like the name suggests, is a quick and easy way to visualize the change giving process. Let's say, for example, you're someone who works on the tills and you're frequently handling cash transactions. It can be sometimes a bit overwhelming or pressurized to quickly work out what cash denominations I need for a given transaction. And what I'm hoping is for using this app, it will make that process a little bit more easy and more accessible for everyone. The first thing I want to show is the top button here, which is Show. This button is just for visualizing a particular amount of change. So I'm working on the tills, I know exactly how much change I need, and this is going to help me visualize it. So the first thing I'm going to do is press the button Show, and it's going to ask me what the change amount is. So let's say I need to give back my customer £7.50. I press OK here, and what it does is it helps me visualize how much change I need to give back to the customer. So I need £7.50 to give back. Let's start off with a £5 note, at which point I would get my £5 note, I would hand that back to customer, and then I'd press OK. Now I've only got £2.50 remaining, and I need one £2 note, hand it to customer, OK, and finally I need a 50p coin, hand that back to customer, press OK. You know the job's done because it said complete in the middle and it also made that noise. I want to do this example just one more time. So I'm going to press Show again, and this time I'm going to do a different amount. So let's say I'm going to give back £17. Now, this time it's asking me for a £10 note. Sometimes when you're working on the tills, you won't have these cash denominations. You might be all out of £10 notes in your till. So what do? What you can do is, if you notice in the middle, there's these arrow buttons, and these arrow buttons basically tell us how many of each note we have. So let's say I don't have a £10 note on me. I'm going to say I have 0. I'll press OK, and it will say, okay, no problem. We can use £5 notes instead. So it's asking me, do you have 3 £5 notes? Let's say I only have 2 £5 notes to give. I press OK. Okay, well, do you have 3 £2 notes? I do. I'll press OK. And finally, do you have a £1 coin? I do. Sorry, £2 coin and £1 coin. I do. I press OK. That transaction again is completed. So again, the show is really good when you know how much cash you need to return, and it's just going to help you visualize it. Great. The next feature I want to talk about is the total feature, which is in the middle. The total feature is really good for adding up different cash denominations. So a likely scenario would be, it's the end of the day and you have to get out your till and add up all of the cash in your till to get a total, hence the name total. I'm going to press the total button here. And what you can see here is I actually have a list of all the different cash denominations. So £5 note, £2 coin, £1 coin, 50p, 20p, etc. all the way up to a £50 note. And what we can do, we can use the arrow keys to indicate how many of each of those notes we have. So I could have 3 £50 notes and some £10 notes and one £2 coin and 3 £1 coins, etc. And you can see here at the bottom, it totals that all up for us. Again, this is a really good feature because if you're at the end of the day and you need to add up all of these different cash denominations, you can do that quickly just by saying how many of each you have. And it's also really good because you can practice working with different cash denominations. So say for instance, I need £50. I could be like, well, 2 20s, 1 10. That's another £50. Great, I'm going to press back now. The final feature I want to show today is the pay feature. And the pay feature is really good for when all you know is the total cost. So you know how much all the items that you've scanned in cost, and you're going to tell the customer how much it costs, and they're going to pay you back in cash. So I'm going to press pay here, and let's say I'm going to tell the customer your total is £24.50p. So your total is £24.50p. Now, it says here at the bottom, need. That's how much I need from the customer. I need £24.50. Okay, so the customer, say, hands me a £20 note. Great. I now only need £4.50 from the customer. Okay, let's say the customer hands me two £2 coins. Great. I now only need 50p. And finally, that customer hands me 50p. The transaction is now complete. Again, this is really good for when a customer's paying you in just cash and you want to keep a track of it. So let's do that one more time. Let's say the cost is now £14. Okay, so I tell the customer, oh, your total is £14, and they hand me a £20 note. So they've actually overpaid me. They've given me more than I need. And so you'll notice it says here change minus £6, which means I need to give £6 back to my customer. I can do this one of two ways. I can either say, okay, you need £6 back, no problem, here you go, and just give the cash back myself, or I can use the app to help me with this. So I know I need to give £6 back. If I press show in the bottom right-hand corner, it will visualize this process for me. So I'm giving £6 back, I need to give a £5 note, and finally a £1 coin. Again, transaction complete. The final button at the bottom is a video, which is actually this video, which again can be used to recap any processes of how to use the app. I really hope that you found this video informative, and I really hope that you can use this app to make handling transactions easy and accessible for all people. Thank you very much for listening.